It's like he signs your name across my heart. I said goodbye so many times, it's pointless. Without you, I think I'd be hopeless.
Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is your daily go-getterism number 331 for August 30th, 2015. Alright, now when we did this video the other day, when we did the video the other day, it got dark on us. We did it too late, and y'all could barely see me at the end. So I figured we would come back out here. Not that we haven't been out here before. You know, we've shot at this location about maybe 5 or 6 times. But I like it out here. I mean, they're doing something behind here. I don't really know what they're doing. But you have a wheelbarrow over there, and I think they're growing. I can't really say. You might just be growing some weeds or excavating the area in order to do something later on. I don't know. But what I really want to talk to y'all today about is political correctness and how it affects our people. You know, really, in my opinion, I don't think we have any business being politically correct in any type of arena. You know, black people have been through a lot in this country. And when I say a lot, I mean whatever anybody on earth has been through, we have been through way worse. And with our people, we don't really realize the gravity of our situation, even though we're in it. You know, when you talk about black people in America, you talk about a people who blame themselves for the condition that they've been placed in. Like, we don't even understand the plan that has been waged against us, the war that has been waged against us. Sure, we talk a lot about the plan against young black males to eliminate them because they're young, they're impressionable, they're strong, they're energetic, they're ready to go, you know. So we lose a lot of our young black males to gang warfare, to selling drugs, the penal system. We lose young black males to that all day. But we also lose a lot of our young sisters too, because a lot of times they're supporting those black males, or they're becoming involved with crimes themselves. So when we start talking about politically correct, when we start talking about being politically correct, what right do black people have to be politically correct? What reason do we have not to stand up and say what's going on with our condition in this country? Well, what I suspect that we do is that we are so mentally enslaved that we're ashamed to be ourselves. We're ashamed to exhibit our culture or the aspects of our culture in front of the white man. I mean, that's what it all comes down to. And you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something like this. I'm not on some prejudice shit. I'm not on some you know, all white men are devils, and I'm not even on that. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And the further you go back historically, you see how the game plan was mapped out, and then you see the people that are affected by it, which are us, people who look like me, lighter than me, and darker than me, and the same complexion as me. And you there comes a time when you have to ask yourself, well, why is it like this? Okay, now people who don't understand their history, they'll say things like, well, the reason that black people in the position that they're in is because we don't stick together and we know right from wrong, because slavery was a long time ago, and we got to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. But what they don't understand is that throughout history, when you get into the mind of a person, it's just like when you get into the mind of an animal. That will affect that animal or that person from generation to generation to generation, because you can only teach what you know. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm somebody's parent and I don't know anything, I haven't been taught anything except how to survive on the street, or except how to survive in an injustice system, then what do you think I'm going to teach my seeds? What do you think I'm going to teach my children? I can only teach them what I know. So what I know is how to make a way when there really ain't no way. And sometimes the way that I'm making is going to land me in jail, because I'm probably going to have to live by illegal means. Now, so for the next person, they may say, nah, that's just an excuse. You could have found a way to do this, that, and the third. Yeah, whatever. I don't make excuses for anybody. What I do is I try to come up with explanations. I try to come up with reasons for why things are the way they are. And when you see that there are, you know, somewhere between 45 and 50 million black people in this country, yet we're always on the lower end of the total pole when it comes to economics, education, and advancement. Come on, man. Come on. You have to find some reasons or an explanation for that. And if you go back in history, then you start seeing it. But if you never go back in history, if you never study that, if you never get knowledge yourself, if you never find out where you came from, then you're not going to understand why we are the way we are. But you're probably going to have a lot of questions about it, and you think that you found the answers in the people that you know. It's easy to blame the people that you know, and that's where we get our political correctness from. I mean, if you don't think black people act politically correct, let a bunch of black people be standing around talking to each other, and then let a white person or a few white people come in between their conversation. I bet you their vernacular starts changing right then and there. All of a sudden, they start talking more properly. Now, let them tell it. They're only doing that so white people will be able to understand what they're saying. As if they don't understand improper English. As if they don't understand slang. Since when? You know, if you've ever been around white people who don't have no money, they don't speak proper English. And they sure don't change the way that they talk when we come around. But we will change it when they come around. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to yourself. I seen it happen right in front of my eyes. I've even done it myself. That's how I know. But listen, when we don't speak out against even our own people for doing us wrong, like, you know, it don't make no sense that so many unarmed black men and women have been killed by white police officers or white non-police officers, just white citizens. It don't make no sense the way it's been going down over the past couple of years. But we won't stand up and say, well, listen, you know, that's how it is. The white man don't really care about black lives. So we have this Black Lives Matter thing, and then, you know, people try to flip it and bounce it and say, nah, all my lives matter. Well, you know, the truth of the matter is that black people have to take care of they in-house business first before they start trying to save anybody else. So when we get distracted by the LGBT, by immigration, and all of that bullshit that don't have nothing to do with us, when we haven't taken care of our own business historically and never complete anything, come on, man. That's not acceptable. Look, man, I know it sounds like I'm going off on a rant or whatever, but I'm passionate about this shit. I'm serious about this. We gotta stop acting like everything is alright just so white people won't get mad at us. Just so we go along for the get along. And listen. You listen. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say. I'm not going to stand in front of this camera today and not tell you the truth. Injustice is injustice. And I'm not going to say that all white people are bad. That's not the point. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that all black people are good. That's not the point. The problem, the thing is, black people have never put a plan in effect to eliminate white people. That's not what we have ever done historically. But if you look at all the evidence to the contrary, I mean, on the opposite side of that spectrum, there obviously has been a plan to eliminate, or well, at least eliminate the black man from off the streets, get them incarcerated, start that slavery process all over again. Now we got black reporters, you know, on our network news, and they supposed to be representing. They ain't representing. They selling out because it's all about money. And that's really what political correctness is all about. It's about that money. All our black celebrities don't get involved in no black issues for real. You know why? Because they don't want to lose their money. They're going to lose endorsements. That's why Michael Jordan don't get involved in nothing black. You know what I mean? That's why Oprah, you know, she get a little black, but she don't never come right out and say what it really is. Because it's going to mess up that money. And that's everybody else too. That's Will Smith. That's Denzel Washington. That's all of our black athletes, bar none. They'll never come out of their face about nothing as far as black people are concerned until they retire. Until that money, until they don't have to worry about that money no more. Then they start coming out. Then they'll start coming correct and start showing the knowledge of self that they had all along, if they had it. I'm not mad at them, but then again, I'm mad at them. I mean, because, you know, we talk about money. They the ones that have the money and the influence, so they have the power to get this done. But they don't want to stop that money from coming in. They don't want to get blackballed. A part of me understands that, but it's irresponsible to the rest of the people. See, once you have knowledge, once you know something, you can't keep doing the same thing that you used to do. But evidently, they're bucking that system because they get the knowledge, but then they duck and hide. Like, yo, man, look, man, you know, I ain't gonna be messing up the people that's putting food in my mouth, or, you know, money in my pocket. So that's what we dealing with, man. When we start talking about politically correctness, man, it don't work for us. That's just not what it is. All right, look, you know, I'm gonna leave that right there, yo. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And as far as being politically correct, black man, woman, and child, you don't have nothing to lose by being politically correct. If you're not convicted, or if you're not accused of a crime or anything like that, you don't have nothing to lose. If you're not a millionaire or anything like that, you don't have nothing to lose. We got to start standing up for our people. We got to start representing. We got to start teaching these youth exactly what the plan is against them, and show them how to escape that plan, escape the trap that's being set for them. We got to do a better job at that, and we got to stop talking about it. We got to start living it. And then we can start small. It ain't that big. All you got to do is pull a youth to the side and let him know. You know, you can't give him too much at once. Just like when you sit down to eat, you don't feed yourself until you can't eat anymore. You feed yourself enough. You know what I'm saying? You know, after you get hungry again, you eat a little bit more. That's what you do with these youth. You know what I'm saying? Just drop a jewel on them. It's a lot of lost youth around my way, man. So all I can really do is drop them a jewel. I'm here and there. Even if I don't tell them nothing, but listen, man, watch it. Only sell drugs to the people that you know. Don't be selling nothing to no new customers. For real. Because it might not go right for you. It might not be a great jewel, but it's something. And anything beats a blank. We gotta understand that. We should know that for a fact, right? I'ma holler at y'all later. See, nice falling, good falling, right?